Steve, very well done. Again, quite simply, what a win, what a conclusion to a football match. How was it from where you were watching?
Well, probably, I suppose, at the end, as exciting as it was for everybody else. You know, we ended up putting ourselves in a situation in the game that I can understand, but that we've got to learn from it. And really, our dwell time on the ball in the first half was too long. Our speed of pass and speed of thought wasn't quick enough. But I genuinely think that was just down to, you never know how it's going to be until you start the game. And I just think that was down to incredibly heavy pitch the other night at MK Dons. But you never know how it's going to be. You can't change all 11 players. And when they're in a bit of a rhythm, you stick with it. We made the one change today. But, you know, it was a difficult game for the boys today. But, you know, as I've said before, you know, their character, their spirit. I thought the boys that came on today, you know, the glut of subs, dare I brag about that, the glut of subs that came on, had a fantastic impact on the game. And the most important thing for me today was when those goals went in, it was the people who'd been taken off that were the first ones down there celebrating. And that tells you something about the group. They're a special group. And I really enjoyed that moment while all the pandemonium was going on.
Yeah, great sense of togetherness. That's clear, isn't it? And
yeah,
they never give up. They keep going, this bunch of players.
Yeah, you can't. It's easy to give up.
Yeah, you mentioned the changes. You sent Ryan Bowen on, then 4 changes made.
Yeah,
which I don't think you've done before in a league game.
I haven't had 4 to make 4 changes, have I? Yeah, I mean, it took a little while to get to it, because what you're doing is you're thinking, am I going to disrupt the game? Because in the second, thank you very much. But in the game, we were still in the ascendancy, but we probably weren't quite cutting and quite sharp enough. And obviously their boys as well, you know, full credit to their guys. You know, they've put in a shift as well, Forest Green today for Duncan Ferguson and Tony Grant. So it was always going to be a difficult game for us anyway.
Did you sense there were signs towards the end that something was about to happen? Christian Sadie had gone close a couple of times. You were winning a few corners late on.
Did I sense it? I think, if I'm brutally honest, I was hoping, because I thought that we had, you know, we should have been 3-0 up before they scored. That's the bottom line. So I suppose hope is more of an honest word than expecting us or thinking that maybe it might happen. Yeah, probably hoping. But I thought deservedly.
And what about the quality of those 2 goals? The equaliser from Rekeel Pike and then the winning goal from Brian Bowman.
It's funny, we were just talking about Rekeel, and I said that we ended up getting the ball on this left-hand side. There was a little pocket and there was a channel that was opening. As long as Rekeel stayed wide, there was a channel opening on the edge of the box there where we could get it into Sadie's feet. And I said to him only 30 seconds before it, don't stay out wide if we get it into Sadie's feet, because it'll be on your right foot. Come across the front of him, and if he can just slip it to you, you can get your shot off. I mean, it didn't quite happen like that. But I probably think, and I said to him as well, don't look for the corners, just smash it. And I think probably when that bobbled out, I think he probably still had that just smash it in his head. And thankfully it went in for him. He's a fantastic boy, Ricky. I'm really, really pleased that he got that. And I am also for Ryan Bowman as well, you know, to get that finish. It was a great finish at the end, but, you know, I think Killian, without making, I'm trying to think back how it was, the tackle and the pass to get there, you know, I thought Killian had a big impact as well when he come on. So, and Elliot ended up with a couple of intricacies in the middle of the park that I thought he sorted out. He only had one ball that he played this side that he probably should have kept going the other way. And yeah, I think is that it. I've mentioned all the subs, so we had a little bit of a change around, but yeah, it worked thankfully.
Special scenes again at the end between yourself and the supporters, the players and supporters. Got to enjoy these moments, only they are special moments.
Yeah, got to enjoy them. 100%, you got to enjoy them, but don't get to enjoy them too much. You know, we just got to make sure that, as I just said there, you know, in amongst all the euphoria, You know, we need to learn from those games what put us in that situation to have those euphoric scenes at the end. And to be better, we've got to deal with what I just spoke to the boys about better earlier on in the game.
4 wins in a row now as well, Steve, which is, again, is, use that word again, special. It's a good achievement, isn't it? How big of an achievement is that? Off the back of the disappointments you'd had over the festive season, the Sunderland Cup game, the manner of it.
Well, good really, but you know, I don't get carried away. I sit at home quietly and I share, you know, I suppose my joy with my family. Whereas you, as a manager, you can't come out and sit here with a big cheesy grin on your face and then you get chinned next weekend. That ain't any good, is it? So, you know, I'm always very mindful of the players looking at what I'm like. And I think that's an important part of management. You can't be too high. And you've spoken to me before where the 3 games that you mentioned there before Christmas, we haven't deserved to lose any of them 3 games. None of them. But we lost them. But you have to put it into some sort of context and be able to deliver that to a dressing room full of 20-odd-year-olds.